we go. There we go. All
Oh,
right.
hi.
Oh my god.
Welcome, everybody.
Holly Willikers.
Gee willikers, guys. Welcome back. Hi, guys. It's us, the Grand Slam. The podcast is back. We're live. We've returned. We have returned. It's been a while, but we've returned. Think of it as like a new season of the podcast. It's a new year, a new episode, a new season. We put in some bits and pieces of other content around, but we're back live. We're back.
Oh God, what year is it?
2042.
Who are you people?
I am Tim.
And
writer.
Tim.
And I'm Pablo. And I'm Pablo. I used to play for the Bengal Tigers back in 2022 for the Bengal Tiger football team in the NFL.
Those are all words.
Mm-hmm. Those are all words, but sorry, I'm drinking water, but it's frozen water, and it's kind of ice.
That's just called ice. That's just called ice. We just called that ice, Edgar.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Pablo. Your name is Pablo now. It's all coming back to me. Oh, this is the Grand Slam, and we are live. Words, greetings, and yeah.
Lots of words. But yes, as you can tell, ladies and gentlemen, we're live and we have returned. Of course, I'm your host, Edgar, and I'm here with my two lovely co-hosts, Mr. Robin Machuca and Will from South Texas.
Hello.
Hi.
And welcome. And we talked about a couple of bits during our streaming soon pre-show stuff. But just a quick update. How are you guys?
Doing good. I think.
I'm doing well. I'm no longer coming to the podcast from the dumpster outside of Denny's. I think my audio quality is far better than it was, right?
Yes, you are actually. You're not cutting off like when we did our Christmas episode.
You want to know why?
Why is that?
I have internet now, so that's good.
Woo!
Yeah,
Nice.
the whole
nice.
long series of string and tin cans we were using. It rained, and the string got wet, and I'm pretty sure that doesn't let it work anymore. Somebody out there will correct me, but anyway, I have internet now, so we're connected by internet tubes.
Yeah. So you don't. So Will's not sounding from the trash can anymore. His audio is much better. So he's not cutting off like we were in the episode. So you see, it's the ability to I don't know where I'm going with this, but yes.
Don't worry, I'll save you. So Robin,
Yes.
despite the fact that I'm no longer in the can outside of Denny's, you still are. How's that going for you?
It's still good. There's still a lot of leftover pancake mix out here, and it's very hospitable out here and very treacherous. It's much like going on the surface of Mars.
So it was pasta special day, huh? Just red sauce
yes.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I never liked that day.
I didn't even know they sold pasta there.
Spicy. Yeah, apparently Denny's also has spaghetti, but only the bad one in town. Not the good Denny's. Yeah, so they have pasta night, and nobody buys it. I don't know why they still do it, but it's happening. Who knows?
Yeah.
So fellas, it's been a minute. When was our last episode? Early part of December, wasn't it?
Yeah, I could actually let me double check. The last time we had a actual podcast episode was a month. If we're going by we're not going by when we recorded it, but more of when it was uploaded to the YouTubes, which you could follow us or subscribe to us. That'd be really cool. to it's been a month ago. It's been a month since we've done.
It's been a month ago.
It's been a month ago.
Sorry, that's just crazy.
But then, but the length of in between our other episode, or our last episode that was like episode 42, when we reviewed our Monster Squad, was like another month ago, technically, or a couple of more. So it's been a while. It's been a fat minute. But of course, we have yeah. But we've done a couple of stuff, and we've seen that the people have been still watching us on the YouTubes and still going on. I mean, recently we just got to 70 followers on the Twitch, so we're now up to 70 followers.
Nice.
Hot damn. We're like what's his name? The blue-haired guy. We're just like him now. We've got all the followers.
Oh shit, we're ninja.
Ooh,
oh my god, we're just like Ninja. Yeah.
We're Nigel's Thornberry.
Yeah. What's his name? Calvin Bennett, something like Calvin Blake. Blevins. Curtis Blevins, I think is his name. We're just like him. We're just Curtis. Like we're as big as Doctor Respectful.
Doctor Respectful.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're kind of like him, kind of.
Yeah,
almost there.
In that you never see two of our faces. We always see Edgar because Edgar is the face of this show.
Yeah, and as you could tell, I still kind of have my camera in the black and white. I was gonna change it to color, but I don't know. I kind of like it in the black and white camera. I got no color. I got no other colors or stuff. But I got my frame.
Can't afford it.
It
Can't
appears
afford
that
the color. Edgar lives in the void.
Yes, the void.
But I will say, in a couple of months, it will be a year since we've had this. It will be not a year, but like maybe 1 or 2 years. Let me double cheese this, because if I
only counts for the amount of time that I've been here. It only counts for that. I'm gonna say that before I showed up, the Grand Slam was only the Grand Sla, and that was it. There was no M. I was the M. I was the thing that completed the Grand Slam. I brought in $5, and we could afford the marquee for the M. We had enough light bulbs for the Grand Sla, but no M. But I brought the M.
That is true.
It appears that the TV for where we would see people talk is nothing but static.
Yeah, I made it look like static now. So.
So they'll still pop up. It just looks like static. Okay.
Yeah, but on for our May 10th, 2020 was when we had our episode, and it's gonna be 2 years when we get to that. 2 years since our very first Grand Slam episode. But if we want to be the technical, where is it at? Where is this one at? Boom, this one. Yeah, right here. It's been since 1 week since you looked at me. No. In September 1st of 2020, when we get to September 1st, it'll be 2 years since the full team of the Grand Slam has been together.
Nice.
Yeah, so two years.
It was a good run. Pack it up, everybody. It's over. I think we've done it. We've hit episode 5,000, and we're gonna move on. The next podcast I'm doing is called, Three Guys and a Camel. We're going to be coming to you live from Idaho on a potato farm. That's it. Wrap it up.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Wait, no. I've just been informed that got canceled. The Grand Slam lives on, everybody.
Woo! Hell yeah. But yeah.
Fuck that camel.
That camel was acting up.
When did we get a camel?
Oh, we didn't. This is a completely different group of people.
Those
That
people
camel,
gotta.
that camel had a criminal record. Did you know that?
Oh my!
no.
What did it
Yeah,
do?
that camel that camel stole 5 tons of baby food from Johnson and Johnson in a truck. He stole a truck, so there was a camel. That bastard. You
How
can't
did
even,
he?
you can't have shit in Detroit.
You can't have. How is a cowboy able to drive a
Oh.
car? I don't even think it has
Oh,
opposable thumbs.
Here comes Garoppolo. 49ers now have the ball.
Oh yeah. Also, as we're doing the podcast, Robin's gonna multitask for us because he's not only is he gonna be with us talking about our what we're gonna be discussing today, but he's also watching an NFL game to see who's going to who's gonna be the next person going to the Super Bowl.
First, the Bengals somehow beat the Kansas City Chiefs, and now it's either going to be the Rams or San Francisco. And I'm hoping it's going to be San Francisco.
Because
I'm hoping for the Rams. Go Goats.
Yeah. Where are the Rams from? Are they from
Los Angeles?
Ah, so 2 California teams. California.
Yep, and the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is gonna be in Los Angeles, like at their stadium.
It's gonna be at Robin's birthplace in California. Like it's gonna be right there.
Yes.
So they're gonna be like, "Hey, Robin, we need you to come to the Super Bowl. You're gonna be our halftime show." We just canceled our halftime show with Dr. Dre, Eminem, Kendrick, and Snoop Dogg, and all the other ones that were coming in for the halftime show. Robin's now the halftime show.
Ethel Merman she canceled, and so all the other guys pulled out. They were like, if Ethel Merman's not going to be okay, well, Ethel Merman is passed, but it was going to be a hologram of Ethel Merman. It was going to be her doing all of her famous songs, such as "Gin and Juice." You know how Ethel Merman sang "Gin and Juice." Robin, give us a few lines as Ethel Merman doing "Gin and Juice." You know that famous impression you do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We probably can't afford it.
The real Ethel Merman, don't you know?
Yeah.
I'm the real Ethel Merman, don't you know?
Yeah, it went kind of like that.
We were crossing borders. The new world order is
Stop
here.
Stop it. Actually, I learned this. Did you know that this is not a joke? This is real. Ethel Merman had a disco album.
Really?
Yeah, she sang all of her songs from Broadway, but it just had a disco backbeat.
Oh.
So, like, imagine, and I'm not shitting you, it was like, there's no business like show business. But on the backbeat, it's like, like, it's really funny. It's hilarious. Listen to it sometime. Go, after the show, everybody, go YouTube Ethel Merman Disco, and it's there.
Yeah. We'll probably put like a link here somewhere for Ethel for her disco album. I didn't even know she had a disco album.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
I don't even know who she is.
She sang Gin and Juice, Robin.
She sang Gin and Juice famously. Come on, it was Snoop Doggy Dogg, Dr. Dre, and Ethel.
Yeah. Don't you remember that, Robin? It's the part she's in the lyrics. I mean, she's literally in the lyrics.
Sipping on gin and juice, laid back. My mind on my Ethel and my Ethel on my mind.
Ethel on my mind, and then Ethel just comes in. She's like, "That's me." It's
I'm that person.
I'm Ethel Merman, sipping on gin and juice, laid back with my mind on my me and my me on my mind. You know how Ethel Merman does.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that's how she does it.
Everyone knows her famous dances, her famous song with Snoop.
Yeah, Ethel Merman made the Macarena, for example. Her musical talent's just endless.
She made she did do the Macarena. Yeah, she made that one
No,
too.
that was Ethel.
Yeah. But you know, speaking of Ethel Ehrman and her music,
Ethel
we
Irvin.
Ethel Ehrman.
we have we got a movie that we all just saw
Yes.
that relates to that, which is the cult classic movie, The Sound of Music.
I don't
That's
know
what
if it's a cult classic, but okay. It's a classic.
a classic. That what would be considered a cult classic, or the
Like
definition
The
of a
Rocky
cult
Horror
classic?
Picture Show.
yeah,
The
like
Rocky Horror.
very like it's a small group of people who really like it, and then it grows from there. Whereas like The Sound of Music is a Best Picture winner. It's also a Best Director winner.
Mm. God damn.
Also,
It has
it won the very famous award for Austria Travel Bureau. Austria Travel Bureau. They had exactly one award show, and they said, "Hey, Sound of Music, Austria, let's go there. The
it's also
magic of Salzburg and Vienna and sausages." Um, Stefan, help me out in the chat. Say something about Austria because I'm running out here. I'm going to
it's
stall
also
enough for Stefan to type something.
it's also based off of a real event.
Oh.
Yeah.
These were
The
real people.
Anschluss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, these were real people, and they actually escaped from Austria before the war started.
Mm.
And they sadly the guy that's played by Christopher Plummer, by the way, Christopher Plummer, rest in peace, is in this movie. He he actually died of like I think a couple years after they escaped to the United States.
Oh.
So
I will
yeah,
say this. I don't know about you guys, but for me, this is the first time I've ever actually sat down and watched the movie. I've heard
Well,
the
I've seen this movie a lot.
I've heard the music because I know my sister was she was really she was a big fan of the movie, and so she would watch it and she listened to the music. So I heard like bits and pieces of the songs, but not all the music. And I never really knew what the story was. I just kind of knew it involved Mary Poppins. Well, not the character, but the actress who plays Mary Poppins. I
No,
can't
no,
think of her.
it's Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins, and she sings a lot, and that's all I kind of knew. And I knew that it involved kids. I kind of forgot that it involved Nazis too. I didn't. I didn't remember that until I was like not halfway through the movie, but I was like towards the beginning. I was thinking like, oh wait, isn't this like taking place like during World War II or before World War II? And then during the movie, it was like you don't know it until like halfway through the movie. That is around there, even though it tells you what day it is. It's like it's during the decline of the golden age. I think it says in the beginning of the movie.
the golden age of the 30s, the golden 30s.
Yeah, and I was like, huh. And then one kid just does that Nazi salute, and I was like, oh, gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, 1965. They're not. I mean, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that, with the saying 1965, but
But I was like,
That was
oh,
the year it was made. That is relevant information. It had nothing to do
yes,
with what Edgar was saying, but it was relevant to talking about the picture.
yeah.
Edgar?
And I was like, okay, and in that was the only mention they had of like it was Nazis were involved and stuff for a while. It wasn't until I think I was like halfway through the movie where we're jumping through this. I feel like a lot of people have already seen this movie, but we'll get to it when we get to it. It's just like I want to talk about these certain things. So, anyways, it wasn't until like halfway through the movie where she finally gets married with the guy, and you're like, yeah, yeah, and I'm like, I looked through the time, I'm like, wait, there's still a big chunk of the movie left. I'm like, what's gonna happen next? And then fades to black, and then fades in again, and then it's just bunch of Nazi flags everywhere. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. I was like, that's where we're going next. Okay, and
Well, this took a turn.
I was like, it went from like it was like, oh, it was like nice and happy jolly. There was just like that one guy that did the Hitler salute, and it just went back to like a nice romance movie, and then Nazis showed up, and I was like, what the fuck?
I mean, that fits in the time period. It was the time when Austria decided to rejoin the Third Reich during that time period. That's what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also good to know that Von Trapp, the character played by Christopher Plummer, was very like an old school Austrian, where he's like, yeah, no, I don't like the Nazis. They're bad people.
Yeah. But I gotta say,
well, that's because Von Trapp was he was a Habsburg man. He wanted the emperor back. He was like, hey, this whole like democracy thing. Let's get rid of that. Let's have kings. I like kings. I assume.
I think he said that in the movie.
I mean, I think he would rather be in a quote unquote democracy republic than being in a dictatorship. He then, they escaped to the United States, but
that was not made clear to me.
Yeah.
I will say, like, I can say that I have, like, I've been to Salzburg. I've been to where they filmed part of the filming of this movie. Like, that big castle. Oh shit! Hang on, interception by the 49ers, as you heard from in the end zone.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh wow! See, guys, we're introducing the Grand Slam. We discussed multiple things at the same time. So not only are we talking about the Sound of Music and how Nazis are in the movie, but we're also talking about the 49ers and the Rams.
Yes.
Follow us and subscribe for more.
These things are connected cosmically, as we both know. The Sound of Music and football, there's this cosmic connection to them. You can read all about it in my upcoming book, available on the Grand Slam merch store, called "Football and the Cosmic Connection of All Things." It includes such chapters as the Sound of Music and most pastas, and also the Keebler Elves.
Keebler Elves.
That's a fun chapter. But as we know, it's going to be a great book. Probably going to win a Pulitzer.
Yeah, true that.
And
which congratulations.
Yeah,
thank you.
I wish I could clap and hold down the push to talk button, but
you can't.
But I mean, in Will's recent book that's coming out, it does discuss how the 49ers got its name, which was, fun fact, it was from one of the particular kids. I can't remember what his name was. It was probably Tim, Phil, or John, but he was one of the kids in the Sound of Music movie, and he kind of says it in the movie. He's like, "Oh, I like the 49ers," and that's how the NFL came up with the 49ers.
How dare you disrespect how they got their name?
How
they got their name was part of Californian history. God damn it!
No,
it was part of California Gold. Hi, I'm Yul Hauser, and today we're going to discuss the Sound of Music. What is that about? Robin?
I do want to get back to that giant fortress that you see on the mountain, and
it's a big fortress. Yeah,
as well as like the cathedral, there's like a giant. There's like a giant like fountain with like golden horses and all that.
Oh, I love horses. They go clip clop, clip clop.
Well, like I was like, what was funny is that when I was watching that this morning, and I'm seeing like where they're going, because I've been to those places, and like I keep thinking like, how did they end up there when they were just here? And it's like, because I'm like thinking like, because this place is like on the other side of Salzburg where they just started, and they're acting as if like, oh no, I just got there really, and it's Holly, it's whatever, like,
it's the power of the sound of music.
Time travelers? Do you think they somehow know how to, like Star Trek, they just materialize all across Salzburg? Is Salzburg in some kind of void or some kind of quantum leap realm? These are just questions I have. I'm Heel Howser.
Well, I mean, Mary Poppins is in the movie, and she maybe she's part of the Star Trek Enterprise. And so she just magically teleported to Austria, and she became a nun for a while. She had like an existential crisis, and she became a nun for a while. And then after that, she fell in love with an Austrian man, and she didn't realize of what time she was until she saw Nazis everywhere. And then she escaped with her new kids and her new husband, and she told them, "Hey guys, I just remembered I work for the Star Trek Enterprise." And she's like, "So see ya." And that's like my big brain theory. That's like a big theory that's going on in my brain, where it's Mary Poppins.
I love Big Bang Theory. That is my favorite show.
Shut up! Shut up!
That time that Sheldon says "bazinga," oh my god!
Hey, Robin.
What?
Shut the hell up, all right? We know you're lying. We know you're lying.
Anyway, the Sound of Music.
Yes, the Sound of Music at Star Trek. So being my first time watching the movie from beginning to end, and literally actually just watching the movie in general, I liked it. I liked it. I think it had some really good bangers of music.
God damn it! Is this the fact? Like you said, they have some good bangers of music in the Sound of Music. It's great.
I think some of the music was kind of fire. It was kind of sick at AF. They had what was that song called? The Do Re Mi Fa Sol La Mi Do.
That's a good one. Yeah.
That's a dope track. I like it's better than the remix they made, but I like the OG original one.
But like my favorite one of the songs is the I Have Confidence in Sunshine. Apparently, I didn't know this. That's not originally in the musical. They made that for the movie.
Oh, that makes sense.
I didn't know that, and I was like, oh, cool.
Also, this movie's got a budget. Like, it's got a big budget. Big budget. And
keep rubbing it in that we don't have a budget, Edgar. I know. I crunched the numbers. I'm going to level with everybody. The reason that we were gone for a month is not because we were busy or I just moved or Robin was busy and Edgar had school and was doing things. No. That had nothing to do with it. It all had the fact to do with that we couldn't afford to keep the lights on anymore.
Like literally.
You need literally. We couldn't afford electricity. Please subscribe and donate. The budget is very tight. That being said, did you know that you can eat ramen without heating it up? It's just really crunchy.
Oh, God. You can make it into a sandwich.
You can make it into a sandwich. If you put a ramen disc on top of a ramen disc with a ramen disc in the middle, it's basically just a ramen sandwich. And if you sprinkle some of that powder on top, boy howdy, is it almost tasty.
It's pretty spicy, you can say.
It's not unheard of to eat like chopped up ramen like that when it's not cooked.
That's gonna be a new food review.
This is all from Robin's upcoming cookbook. So your broke ass needs to eat with Robin. With Robin, that's it. Just with Robin, and it's like you ever had uncooked noodles? Pretty good. End of chapter 1.
You ever just eat raw ravioli?
Oh. Well, you just freeze it up like a Pop-Tart?
Oh, God.
You ever take bologna and put it in the freezer over a stick and go, hey, it's a popsicle? Don't do that. That's a bad idea.
Just pop in, going back to ravioli being a Pop-Tart, just pop it in the toaster and there you go.
Yeah. Oh, man, imagine that. Someone, I guarantee someone probably has tried that. Put ravioli in a toaster. Because I've seen people
meat in it.
I've seen people put bacon in microwaves. Like, people were like, "Yeah, I put my bacon in the microwave."
Have you ever put a slice of cake in a toaster? Don't do it.
Robin, I told you not to talk about Edgar's cake that way.
Wouldn't the actual cake, like if it's like a birthday cake or like a chocolate cake or any kind of cake, wouldn't it just like the frosting just fall off into the toaster? Like you would probably have to make like a thin slice of cake in there.
Don't worry about it. All right. So
don't ask too many questions.
Ignore the burning smell of frosting.
Robin, why is the toaster just smothered in pieces of frosting, and why are there crumbs everywhere, and why is it all on fire? Well, I was experimenting.
I ran out of space. What do you want me to do? There was no more space in the cupboard for me to put that stuff in there, so I put it in the toaster. But that doesn't explain why you smothered it in frosting. I ran out of space.
I ran out of space. I like my frosting slightly warmed and smeared. What can I say?
I'd like protein in my frosting.
You don't know what I'm going to eat for dinner tonight?
What you gonna eat? What you going?
I'm just going to eat some Betty Crocker frosting, just right out of the tin, just with a spoon. Be like, hey, look, I got diabetes.
Oh my God.
They're going to take my foot on Tuesday, but I love it.
I love my frosting. I like it with a bit of protein, so I put bologna in it.
I put bologna in my frosting. That way I get all the food groups.
I love bologna and frosting.
You want to know how I get all the food groups from frosting and bologna? Here's how. Bologna's made of animal. Animal eats vegetables. Therefore, by the properties of transference, I ate vegetables.
They also eat wheat, so that's bread,
Mm-hmm.
Time to get that bread.
That bread. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, we're talking about the sound of music.
Actually, we were talking about your cake, but whatever. The sound of music. That's what brought us here together today. So Mary Poppins shows up, right? She falls out of the sky with her magic umbrella, and she lands in a nunnery. And the nuns are like, how do you solve a problem like Mary Poppins?
And they're like, I don't know, man. They just tell her, hey, Mary Poppins, we're gonna make you go to this military guy's house, or Navy guy. And
isn't he also a baron?
I think
so. Yeah.
I think all I remember is
he is a baron because they kept referring to Julie Andrews' character as Baroness Maria, the character Maria.
Maria.
Whoa, that just hit me. Fucking West Side Story, right? The main character, love interest there is Maria. And then Julie Andrews is Maria. Is there like another major musical where the leading lady is named Maria? Because we could package that and call it, the Maria trifecta or something. I don't know. That's just a marketing idea. Continue on.
Everyone, get on that. Find what other musical has Maria in it. Specifically, the main character, Maria. Uh, but yeah, so she's a nun, but then she's like, "Oh, you're gonna go with this Austria Navy guy," and she's like, "Oh, okay," and she goes in and she sings her confidence song, and she sees a house and it's a rich person's house, and he basically makes his kids all act like if they are in a if they're soldiers, of how they're marching, and
More specifically, sailors, but yeah.
sailors. There you go.
More specifically, submariners.
Yes.
Submarines.
We can keep playing the game. How much more specifically can we get? Stefan, what type of submarine would the Austro-Hungarian Navy have had? We'll get back to you in a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, he runs a house like he runs a ship. It's filled with appliances.
Yeah, and I like the main character, the nun girl, Mrs. Mary Poppins. I liked her character a lot. She was very she was nervous, but she was confident, and she was like the sun on over the clouds, as you could say. And so she made the movie a lot of fun. She was really entertaining to watch. And the chemistry and relationship she has with everyone in the family was really cool. Stefan says AH U-boats use gasoline engines, so they had awful range.
Well, there we go. So he runs the family like a short-range submarine crew. There we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, Julie Andrews is delightful in this movie.
Oh yeah, definitely.
She's got a really good voice too. She sings really damn good.
It's almost like she's a professional.
I know,
right? Except she's not, because she's a nun. So she's just singing as part of her nunnery, her nunning. She has none.
She has the power.
I don't know where I'm going anymore. Robin, save me.
That's nonsense.
Nonsense. She has nonsense. That's why.
She has the power of Jesus to make her sing like Mary Poppins. That's the logical way of her singing. Jesus gave her the power.
My question is, what's Dick Van Dyke doing? He's not in this movie.
I know, right? He could have.
Where's Bert?
Bert and Ernie?
Bert and his terrible Cockney accent.
Well, that's just his voice, Robin.
It's his natural voice, Robin. What?
Right. That's what he sounds like.
He sounds like Dick Van Dyke. And what does Dick Van Dyke sound like?
Like Bert from Bert and Ernie.
Like Bert, yeah. I mean, if he was in this movie, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, Governor, how you doing? I'm Australian now."
What you going to do about it, mate?
I almost spat up my water.
Oh, crikey! It's a local Nazi. Well, we better tackle him.
They're dangerous.
You know where I'm from? I'm from Australia.
I'm from Australia. I'm a chimney sweep. I'm no Mary Poppins. Well, that's very nice, Mr. Burt, but we're in Austria. Crikey, not Australia? Well, what the hell was this accent for? I'm going to have to yell at my producer.
He's gonna yell out. He's gonna yell out rationally.
Rationally.
I couldn't think of a word. It was. What's the question?
Do you think those kids were really doing the puppetry on those puppets?
No,
they were doing the song about the goats.
I don't.
Do you think they could have?
It would be really hard and would have taken them a while, but I think they could have. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, they learned how to dance and sing, so it's a possibility they could have done.
My favorite part of the movie, it was the puppets.
I will say one thing that was disappointing finding out about this movie is that everybody in the movie is using their own voice to sing, except for Christopher Plummer.
Really?
Maybe he just can't sing.
Maybe.
I don't know why, but I thought the thought you were gonna say was like, you know what's really sad about this movie? Everyone who's in this movie is dead now. And I was gonna be like, oh, that's
not everybody's dead.
Quite a lot of them are dead. When you think about how the age of the nuns and some of the other people, yeah, quite a lot of them are dead. I Wikipedia'd it. Some of them have passed.
I know two of the kids have died since, and like the oldest girl, she passed away in 2015, I think, or 2017. I'm not sure. Frederick. If you've seen the movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, you know the guy who comes to talk to Leonardo DiCaprio in the trailer about his makeup, about making him look like a Western guy.
Yeah.
That's Frederick. That's the kid.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Do you mean Friedrich?
Yeah, Friedrich.
Friedrich. Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah. And,
I know. You ever seen the Princess Diaries?
Yeah, Julie Andrews.
That's Julie Andrews. Do you believe that? Like, they put a lot of makeup on her and they made her look like a brunette, and like she was in high school, but then she she takes the glasses off and then boom, she's pretty. Like,
I think
that's that old trope, but like that's Julie Andrews.
I don't think that was Julie Andrews.
Well, then who was it?
I think it was a hunch. It might have been Anne Hathaway.
The girl that plays Black Cat in The Dark Knight Rises. That's who plays the main princess in Princess Diaries. That's her.
What? Who does she play in that? What?
She plays Black Cat in The Dark Knight Rises. That's the one where
she plays Catwoman.
Oh, there you go, Catwoman. Black Cat's from Spider-Man. My bad. Whoops. My bad, guys. Whoops. Don't kill me for that.
Now they're going. Now they're going to. They're going to kill you now.
Robin, Anne Hathaway died in the 16th century, said Stefan.
Shut the fuck up.
Wait.
That's what.
Are you talking about Eartha Kitt?
What? Oh my god.
Yeah, Catwoman, Eartha Kitt.
Oh no.
Oh. I think you're talking about a different Catwoman. Oh, Robin's giving commentary.
Okay. Oh, we have a fumble.
A fumble from who, Robin?
What the fuck? Oh, San Francisco got a fucking touchdown. What the fuck? There was a fumble. They knocked it out of the quarterback's hands, and then San Francisco was able to get a. Wasn't even knocked out of the hands. He threw it downward, and it.
Oh.
Sports.
Oh, they're not counting it.
Oof.
Damn it.
Well, no touchdown. You know what? Speaking of touchdowns, there was no touchdowns literally in The Sound of Music. There was singing and dancing.
I like how we're just dancing around it. We're not even talking about. We're never going to talk about this movie.
Well, we are talking about the movie because Anne Hathaway's in it. She plays.
Oh my god.
One of. I think it's. I think her character's name is Rolf.
Rolf. Rolf.
You'll never be one of them, Rolf. And then she just whistles a lot. She sings a song. She sings a song with the eldest girl. I think it's called I could do anything for love.
Oh, what? That was
do that.
That was the song they cut out of The Sound of Music because they were like, no, we'll put it in the soundtrack. And then she was the only character in the family that was left behind in Austria when they all tried to leave, because when they confronted the oldest girl's ex evil Nazi boyfriend, when he said, "Oh, intruders," and they said they found him, they all ran and they went to the car. She went the opposite way because she kind of has what was it? You can't tell the difference between left and right. She couldn't tell the difference even though her family were going that direction. Yes, that thing. And she couldn't tell the difference between left and right, so she went the opposite way. And what did you know it? Mr. Nazis were there, and they took her in, and she's like, "Ah, Chucks," and it was a bop bop ba da boom, and then obviously that wasn't in the movie that we saw, but it was cut off. If you actually watch the extended deluxe edition DLC version of The Sound of Music, that's only on VHS, but also on Laserdisc. If you
Laserdisc.
if you're able to find that kind of special edition of The Sound of Music, you can find Anne Hathaway in there. Yes, this was made in the 60s. Does that make her she's really, really old now, but she still looks young? Absolutely.
God damn it.
We don't know how they do it. It's the magic of Hollywood. So if unfortunately I didn't get to see the part. I did see the behind the scenes about it and how Anne Hathaway was kind of having a fun time, but she was always like the odd one out from time to time. But there's a point where she punched one of the kids, and they asked her why she did it.
Allegedly.
Allegedly punched one of the Sound of Music kids during the set of it. Allegedly, and allegedly she said, allegedly. That's what she said. Allegedly, they were confused. Everyone's confused. We were all confused. But yeah, unfortunately, all her scenes weren't in The Sound of Music. So it was a shame. It was kind of a shame because she kind of had some good bops. She had that song that Will was talking about, the I Can Do Anything for Love. She had a song. It was a what's the right word? Kids bop. I think it was a kids bop one.
Right. Yeah, where she sings in it as an entire ensemble of children. Yeah, that was her.
Yeah. That cover song Evanescence by Bring Me that cover made by Evanescence, Bring Me to Life. That was in the original Sound of Music. She originally did that. What people don't know, that was a cover song Evanescence did for the Daredevil Daredevil movie, but originally it was in the Sound of Music Ultimate Digital DLC Deluxe VHS/Laserdisc edition of the Sound of Music.
Right. So I have a question.
Yes.
When they're doing the music thing for this movie, do you think they were just doing that, or was that written in?
Yeah, they were doing that back in the 30s. It is a real account that they just started singing during those bits.
Yeah, it was like back in Robin probably knows this. He's more of a history man than I do, but this is what I know. It's like because I have a doctorate in the history, specifically in the early to late 30s, about people singing out of thin air, making a musical number out of instinct. So back in those days, we humans as a species, there was a part of us that went to Austria, and for some reason when you go to Austria, you look at the beautiful environment in there, and you're just like, wow, I can just start singing. And so there's points where they start singing, and it's just part of their instincts. It's kind of like how we just breathe. We just inhale and exhale. It's kind of like that for them, and they can't really stop it. Sometimes they sing when they're sad, when they're in love, when they're happy, or when they're trying to sing a song to make them happy. Kind of like those in the musical. So they didn't really make the songs in there. Some of them were made. Obviously the one "Bring Me to Life" and "I Could Do Anything for Love" by Anne Hathaway. Those were like made by Anne Hathaway. But the other songs were, they just naturally popped out. I mean, one of the little girls, we don't know how she knows how to play the guitar, but she knows how to play the guitar in there. It's because it's natural instincts. For some reason, they have this weird instinct in that place. If you go to Austria right now, Oh, go for it.
I have a question because you're talking about. So in Austria, they just sing. Oh,
Yes.
it's an instinct. What about
Yeah.
like doctors? Like,
Um.
like situationally, like I'm saying, like you're in the middle of surgery. Let's say open heart surgery, right? And the doctor's
Mhm.
just like, I've got to cut open this person and give them a new heart. Like that would be problematic, right? And like, is it like a primal thing? Like,
Yeah.
do people sing in their sleep?
Um. From what we learned, no, they don't sing in their sleep. But for some reason,
Okay,
specifically in Austria, if you want to be a nurse there, you do have to at least take four uh classes of music, specifically of instrumental music. They have to at least
makes
learn
sense.
specific music, kind of like the cello, the violin, because they're the ones who build the music. Like, how do you think, you think that you think music just comes out of thin air? But no, people are just in the streets with an
Well,
instrument.
wait, but I thought it did because they sing "The Hills Are Alive" with the Sound of Music, which, by the
Yeah.
way, must be like the most G-rated "The Hills Have Eyes" movie.
Every time, because like, when I think of "The Hills Are Alive," that song, I keep thinking of like wanting to make a parody of like "The Hills Have Eyes." It's the
And they're gonna eat you.
yes.
Ah,
um
eating my spleen. It hurts so much. Ah.
yeah, it's kind of like
I
that,
assume.
but
Nice.
we're still learning new things about Austria and its existence and how it can do what it did in the Sound of Music movie. So it's kind of there. Some people say it was practice and actual dancing and actual singing, and they're all actors. They're not actors. They're they're real people. You know you know.
They're not actors. They're real people. Controversial take by Edgar. Actors are people. Um, you want to have lunch with an actor? No, you ever eat with one? That's a reference to the producers.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna get this train back on the tracks for a second here.
All right.
So, who was your favorite character in the movie? We're kind of going at a different take with this. We're not really doing a full movie review. We're just talking. Who was your favorite character, Edgar?
I would say I think it's the obvious one, Mrs. Main Lady, because I really enjoyed the energy she gave. Because she's like the Julie Andrews. That's the actress name. I really liked her, her character, how she was. I will say, kind of my least favorite character. I would say, is the girl and her boyfriend. I felt like that side story really didn't get fully introduced. It kind of was just there. It was just there till like the ending, so we could see that the boyfriend was there. Which I was like, it was okay. I didn't like. It wasn't like one thing that was like, I hate that it was there. I hate it. I hate it. No, it was just it was there. They could have done a bit more with it because I mean, this movie's like what, almost 3 hours long. It's 2 hours and 55 minutes.
I mean, it was supposed to add to the like, oh, there's that one thorn that they have. They have the town Nazi that is like one of the kid Nazis that wanting to be the big one, and it's kind of a problematic thing that one of the Von Trapp children is in love with him, and it's like, oh, maybe we can change him. It's like, no, you can't. You can't. He's gone too deep into the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I kind of felt
he becomes a brown shirt, like
yeah.
at the end of the movie. So I mean, like he's
It's
way in there.
I mean, he was the first one to basically do the Nazi salute. Basically, like he was the first one that did it, and so yeah, I can see how that kind of shows it up. But yeah, I think a lot of the actors were really enjoyable to watch. Like the main cast and crew, they're really the chemistry with not why am I saying Anne Hathaway? What the hell is going on? We've been talking about Anne Hathaway too long. Julie Andrews, I liked the chemistry she had with the kids. It was like a nice sweet thing where it's like she's getting these kids instead of just being like feel like they're just like soldiers or uh Navy soldiers, part of their dad's team or something. They started like like expressing and enjoying themselves, having a good life, enjoying their life, and they lost it because of their mother's passing. And so now that their father kind of was like in charge, he kind of really didn't know how to take care of the kids and just was very strict with them until Julie Andrews came into the picture and really brightened everything up and put music back into the family. And so that's kind of how it all went. And
Robin?
Robin?
Oh, I'm sorry, Edgar.
Oh, it's all good. I kind of finished my sentence there.
Robin, who was your favorite character?
My favorite character was Christopher Plummer's character, the Baron. I just like the way that how uptight he is, and then he changes throughout the film, and I don't know, I enjoyed his character a lot, especially because he's the one who gets to sing the Edelweiss song, which is one of my favorite songs in the movie. So, but yeah, I think the Baron is my favorite character in that. So yeah, I also like it how he just he's like, yeah, no, fuck Nazis, especially because of that scene of him literally ripping up a swastika flag is like an iconic, like a great scene to see that. It's just really quick, just him ripping it up in half.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
Who's your favorite character in this movie?
Man, I really liked Lady Goat. That Lady Goat was awesome. Not enough screen time, personally. But that Lady Goat was like, saucy, but also a goat. And so a goat to have that much range as an actress, that's really amazing.
Absolutely.
Also, probably my second favorite character in this film after Lady Goat was probably going to be Nun, who doesn't like Maria but does, and she's cool. Yeah, end of list.
What was everybody's favorite song from the movie? That's a question. What was our favorite track from the movie?
I have two: the Edelweiss song and the "I Have Confidence" song at the beginning. Also, I mean, I also like the when the children have to say goodnight during the party. That's a good one too. But I think I'd say those three are my favorite in this musical.
Edgar, what's your favorite song from the movie?
I do really like that. I do enjoy that confidence song that she sings in that shot where it's just like the camera just going back as she's walking to the house. I really like that song. The other song that I like is the favorite thing song. I really enjoy that song. Shooting right here. But that one I really like. I like the energy that goes into that song. For me personally, I don't know. I just like how it goes through dun 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 dun. That kind of part. That point of it. I really like that one. Also, kind of the other ones are good bangers, but I think those are kind of like specifically my two favorite songs from the movie. So, what about you, Will? What are your favorite songs?
I like How Do You Solve a Problem Like Maria, because there's a really good parody of it that I like a lot, called How Do You Solve a Problem Gonorrhea? And it's really funny. How do you solve a problem gonorrhea? How do you cure a nasty case of crabs? It's really funny. So I'm going to have to go with that one. But also, the song Lady Goat sings is
Minus just got a touchdown from halfway the field. Sorry, I was listening, but I got distracted.
Who got a touchdown?
It's now
Maria and Lady Goat. Wait. You know what, guys? I have to put in that I'm supporting the Rams in this because of Lady Goat. Lady Goat and the Rams, man. I gotta support it. So let's go Rams. Let's go Lady Goat. Hashtag Lady Goat.
Lady Goat.
When you get to this part on the YouTube video, everybody, I want you to type in the comments hashtag Lady Goat. There you go.
Yeah, hashtag Lady Goat. Lady Goat. But wait,
so
who
Robin,
got the?
Give us a quick colored commentary on the football game. Who's winning and what's the score?
Well, it's tied 7-7 now. Rams were ahead at first, and then from about halfway, I don't know what yard line they did it, but they did. They were able to. They got the ball downfield to in the end zone for 49ers to get it to score. So
so they hit a home run.
Yes.
Okay.
That's exactly what happened.
I have a question. Who has the quaffle currently?
The quaffle?
Yeah. Because if the quaffle's 1 point, but if you get the golden snitch, it's 117 points.
Oh my god!
I just want to point out that right now there are some Harry Potter fans that'll listen to this and be like, "That's not the proper scoring." But I have an additional question.
I thought it was 100. I thought it was 100
doing their job.
No, I thought it was 100 points when you catch the golden snitch.
It's 150, actually. I can correct myself. So, question.
Yeah.
We all have our favorite characters. We all have our favorite songs. We've talked a little bit about our least favorite characters because, Nazis. It's really just down the bat, really. But what was this movie about? Because I watched it, I was pretty high, and I'm just kidding. Drugs are bad, and but I don't know. We've talked about it. It's a love story. It's basically Romeo and Juliet, but like the kids live.
I mean, it's not really Romeo. It's not really Romeo and Juliet. I mean, these two people end up falling in love because and it's with help from the children that help them kind of fall in love with each other. Then the Nazis come and they're like, oh shit, we want to live together forever, but we don't want to live under this tyranny. So they try to run away and the Nazis try to catch them. And then the nuns are like, yeah, no, we're going to help you. And then they got away. That's really it. Yeah. That's the story.
So basically, there's also the Baroness who gets fucked in the end because like she was going to marry him. Right. And then like Maria shows up and is totally Camilla. And steals away her man. So I felt sorry for not Marilyn Monroe.
There is one thing like for historical purpose. Apparently they both Maria and the Baron, they actually got married in 1927. Not like in the movie where they got married in the late 30s, but so if we're talking about the story of the musical, at that point they should have already been married, but I guess they wanted to make it a story, so it made sense like, oh yeah, let's turn it into a love story. So
I know, but what I was trying to say is this movie's basically kind of, it's Mary Poppins in a way, but in this one it involves Nazis and her actually marrying someone she loves.
Yeah,
kind of because she goes meets these kids and she takes care of the kids and the kids love her, but this time she doesn't actually go away. She actually stays and she marries their dad and she becomes a mom, stepmom.
Can you imagine Mary Poppins, but Mary Poppins causes George Banks to divorce his wife and they marry? Jesus.
Whoa.
God damn it.
Hello, children. I'm Mary Poppins. I'm going to cause a terrible divorce in your family. Also, I'm going to marry your father. But it's okay. I'm magic.
Wow! But our mother's gone. I'm your new mother now.
Pulls out a
And she's a
gun.
man now. Pulls out a gun. The talking parrot umbrella was always a gun.
It's the penguin.
It's the penguin.
The penguins show up with guns.
Oh my god, the cartoon
They're animated.
penguins have guns.
They're cartoons, but the guns are real.
Oh wait, I've seen this movie. It ends really well for the penguins. I think it became a whole franchise. Planet of the Penguins. You know, where what's his name? He's on the beach and they've destroyed the Statue of Liberty and they blew it up. Those goddamn dirty birds.
One of the penguins tries to talk and he just goes, "No."
Oh, you mean Mr. Popper's Penguins?
Yes, Mr.
Yes,
Popper's Penguins.
yes. Which is the best movie in the Planet of the Penguins franchise.
It stars Jim Carrey, and that's where we get the penguin guy. And the penguin, as Robin said, it says no, and the penguins are like, quack, holy shit.
Quack, quack, holy shit. Put that on a t-shirt, and the penguins were like, quack, holy shit. Oh, the fish man lives.
What else can we say about this lovely movie?
I mean,
in all reality,
it's a good movie.
Singing's great.
Yeah, it's a great movie to watch.
Oh.
I'd say we just go into ratings because, like, I don't know what else to talk about this movie.
Oh, wait, another great song that often gets patched over: "Climb Every Mountain." Such a great song.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because the nun gets to belt it. Climb every mountain.
Every mountain.
I believe the main nun, she was nominated for Best Supporting Actress.
Oh,
makes sense.
So was Julie Andrews was nominated for Best Actress. She didn't win it, but neither of them did. But
who won?
I don't know. I can't remember. Let me see.
Well, Robin, you're our person who knows absolutely everything about the Oscars. I mean, come on.
You have a PhD in it, Robin. You got a PhD in Oscars and the Oscars.
He knows his Oscar Mayer. That's true.
Yeah. He knows the ingredients, the history, how much sodium is in each Oscar Mayer ingredient.
Julie Christie for Darling won Best Actress that year.
There we go.
So shall we go into ratings?
I think so.
Yeah. Let's start with Robin. What is your overall thoughts and ratings of The Sound of Music?
I'd say I'd give this honestly, I'd give it a straight 5 because it's a really enjoyable movie. It's a great musical, really great songs in it, great characters, and it's just a really fun time. Like I'd give it a straight 5. That's mine.
Intriguing. Very nice. What about you, Mr. Will? What is your overall thoughts and ratings on The Sound of Music?
I'm gonna give it a 4.5. And here's why. The acting, great. The songs, amazing. The scenery, wonderful. Some of the cinematography, the like when the captain are in the Will burped, not Edgar. When the captain and Maria are about to kiss and they're outside and they're singing and it's like all shadow and you can barely see. That's beautiful, beautiful. The only thing is they didn't give Lady Goat enough screen time, and that upsets me. So I had to knock it a rating for that alone. But I really like Max, the uncle, because he kind of represents like Hollywood like entertainment people, where it's like he has a line where he's like, you have to please everybody these days, and it's like, oh, it really has, like, that line kind of makes me think of the movie Cabaret, which is really good. Maybe something that we might want to review in the future, actually, because
Yeah.
it's another musical, but it's also really deep. Like this one, this is a kids movie kind of thing, but not a kids movie, but kids would really like it, and the Cabaret not so much. It's a lot darker, but I'd give it a 4.5. It's a great musical.
Nice.
I was really quick before we get to Edgar. I was just given this piece of info. If you visit Salzburg, you can go on a Sound of Music guided tour on a bus where everyone sings the songs and sees where filming takes place.
Oh, I guess we know where the Grand Slam's going.
I will say Salzburg is really fucking beautiful. It's also where Mozart's from. He was born there.
The Grand Slam meets Mozart.
Yes, we'll meet Mozart.
In real life.
We'll dig him out of the ground and we'll meet him.
Well, that won't be difficult because he, as we know from the statues of Mozart, he was only from the shoulders up.
Yeah. He's buried somewhere outside of Vienna in a mass grave because apparently he was put in a mass grave.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah. Because he lost all of his money, I think. He was really poor when he died.
Damn, that's a low note.
Because he just kept partying all the time. He wasted all of his money, and then he got sick, and then he tried to make his last thing, and then he died.
Damn.
Fuck.
The man was party rocking in the house tonight.
Yeah. Thank you, Edgar, for lifting us out of that sorrow with party rocking. Edgar, what were your ratings for the movie?
For my first time actually really watching this movie overall, I'm not big, like really big into watching musicals. I'm not that big into it, but there's some musicals that I watch that like Disney or like other ones that like, they're small. And after years of just hearing this music and knowing Julie Andrews' career and stuff, but never really sitting down and watching some of her movies, I really enjoy this movie. I think the movie's a really great musical. I think a lot of the musical numbers are really great. The performances are really fantastic. The cinematography is really, really gorgeous, especially when it does like a lot of different like scenery stuff, and it's just an overall beautiful movie. I do have just a tad bit of issues with the one that I was discussing about the relationship with the older daughter and the Nazi boy. Kind of was a bit iffy with me. But I think overall it still was a really great movie. I'm on the same boat as well. I would give it a 4.5 stars. Probably maybe on the second rewatch would be, I might pick it up a bit, but so far I'm just gonna leave it at 4.5 stars because it's a really great movie. It's really good. It's a movie that I guarantee I probably would watch again. I would not mind watching it again. It's a really, really good movie. So yeah. 4.5 stars for me. Yeah. But of course, we're not done yet. We have one more segment, which is our Untitled segment idea. So without further ado, 1, 2, 3, 8. Untitled segment idea.
They were able to stop them, and they were able to stop them, and the Rams tried to do a field goal, and they missed. It was a 54-yard attempt.
Big boop. So speaking, Will, what have you recently watched, read, seen, etc., 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 etc.?
Well, so as everybody knows, hopefully by now, if not, this will be news to you. I moved up to Austin, so I've been working a lot. But so mostly just been doing my job, coming home, and I've been rewatching some series. So my roommate and I are watching Downton Abbey. I'm rewatching it. He's watching it for the first time. I believe I've said before that I was watching Downton Abbey here on this show, but it's good enough to rewatch. But I'm also revisiting Warehouse 13, which was a show on Sci-Fi, but it is now on Peacock. If any of you have Peacock, um, so it's a great show. Basically, the whole point of the show is that there are artifacts in the world, and these artifacts have certain powers, and they get these powers from people who have kind of like special characteristics about them, or events that happen, negative or positive, and there is this society in the world that has been along for a very long time, and they have deemed these artifacts too powerful and dangerous to be in the public. So their whole job is to find these artifacts and put them in a warehouse to keep them safe. And it's really interesting. So it's a little bit of like drama with sci-fi, and it's good. There's like action scenes, there's funny banter, there's kooky characters. It's a good show. And to give you an example of an artifact, there is a riding crop. For like if you're riding a horse, you have a riding crop, and it was owned by Cecil B. DeMille, the big director. And if you held the riding crop in your hand and you bend it in your hand a little bit, you can actually control what somebody does, and you can make them do things. But they know that you're controlling them, and they don't like it. But Cecil B. DeMille was a very powerful director, and got a lot out of his actors, and so there's like lore and everything to all of the artifacts. It's really interesting. So I recommend it.
Intriguing.
Edgar, what's something that you've been reading or watching, or what the things? What's your story?
Me, what I've been, as I've been, just doing school stuff, working. I'm directing a children's show here at the university, this year's children's show, so I've been busy on that stuff. But at the when I have some free time, I play some bit of video games. Like right now, I've been playing Pokemon Legends Arceus, which I've been streaming recently, and I'll be streaming it like every weekend as we go on to it.
Nice.
And so far, it's pretty fun. It's a fun new take on the Pokemon series. It's a different departure from the mainline series. Something new, something different, which makes it which it's really interesting. It's fun. Not the most good looking game. It excuse me. But it's not like the pretty graphics looking video game that's out there. But it's not like I don't hate it. I quite enjoy it, but overall, like the gameplay and like the that you're a researcher in this game instead of being trying to be the best champion fighter in the Pokemon League. I like that new take. I like the different take they're going with this. As for what I watched recently, I got back to the series that I was watching, but it wasn't. I only saw like a couple of episodes of it when it first came out on a streaming platform that no one remembers. DC Universe. I don't know if everyone remembers DC Universe. Wasn't it didn't last that long until HBO Max came along. It really boom took it away real quick. And that show is Doom Patrol, which is big surprise. I really really enjoyed Doom Patrol. It has it has a lot of great cast in there. I keep forgetting this guy's name. He was in Hot Fuzz. He played the manager, the store owner. I forgot his
Timothy
name.
Dalton.
Yeah, he's in the show. And
Oh,
also
cool.
Brendan Fraser's in the show.
Timothy Dalton is also a James Bond as well. He played
Ah.
James Bond for 2 movies.
Interesting. But yeah,
No,
he's in
no,
the
Robin, you're thinking of the Scottish actor.
Willem Dafoe.
Roger Moore. Yeah.
Oh
That's-
no, Mel Gibson. You're thinking of Mel Gibson, and he never
Gibson.
played.
Oh.
He never played 007.
God damn
Wow,
it.
Mel Gibson. Weird. But yeah, I really am happy to see Brendan Fraser to be in something again. Ever since he kind of left the acting career for a really long time, I really enjoyed him in the Mummy. I really liked him in the Mummy movies. It's like I really enjoyed him in those, and I'm really happy to see him that he's back in the acting career, and I really enjoy him in this movie. He does a really good job in this film. Well, not in the film, in this show, Doom Patrol. It's basically about a bunch of nobody known superheroes, anti-superheroes, and it's such a weird show. It's not like Zack Snyder, like edgy, gruesome, stupid shit. No, it's just it takes a weird turn, and like there's a bunch of weird stuff. Like there's this there's like these they go on like these weird adventures where they go inside a donkey's mouth, and basically the entire donkey has an entire town inside him because he's part of like a dimensional rift that's in between the lines of the comics, the white lines in the comics. There's also a horse unicorn like god that sings as it speaks and was in a relationship with Timothy Dalton's character. It kind of showed that, and it's such a weird show, and the weird concept and how it goes on. It's really entertaining. Also, this is the show that does a completely different origin story for Cyborg, instead of following the fucking, oh, it's a mother box and it's an alien mother box that they're using and it does this and that, it connects to Darkseid and all this shit. And I'm just like, they just went and did a different origin story with Cyborg, and I love that. I really love they did a different origin with it. And the show's just overall fun. It's just a really it's such an entertaining show. I would highly recommend it. It's on HBO Max. It's now an HBO Max original, and if you have it and you want to watch something weird and give it, I would give Doom Patrol a try. It's a really good show, really good.
Nice.
Yeah, but Robin, what have you been recently reading, playing, etc., 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 etc.?
Well, I don't want to get political, but because of the recent thing that happened in Tennessee, I decided I wanted to reread Mouse.
Mouse.
So yes, so I'm on the first part. I don't have the complete version. I just have it where it's like 2 different books. So I'm reading the first one. I'm almost done with it, and it's always a good reminder to read or watch stuff that is about the Holocaust to remind you that, hey, look, this stuff happened. And it's a really good it's a good book. I highly recommend it if you ever get a chance to read it. I did not know this, but it is the first graphic novel. Like, this is what made the graphic novel, not like a compilation of comic books that they put into one thing, but like, it is a very long, very serious comic that is about a serious subject kind of thing.
I actually did a book present, like a book, not a book report, but I guess you could consider that because in my high school they did like these story presentations where you get like those poster boards that open up. Yeah. And you just put like, oh, the main story and the themes about it and what's it about and like the climax and the resolution of the story, all that stuff. I did it on that I did it on that book. And I got first place for it. And that's the first time I actually enjoyed doing something that's kind of in that kind of range. I don't have the poster board with me anymore. I think my English teacher has it now because he asked if he can keep it to like use it as an example. Because I kind of went like in that because we read the book in his class and he would always introduce those and I really liked that book. And I think because we had it there and he read it with us because he said it was an important book and yeah, it is. So I really. It's a good book. It's a good read. If you want to read something that's really a really interesting book about it, go for it. It's a really good storytelling of the Holocaust.
Yeah. Well, that seems to be it though for this episode.
Yeah. It's about that time. We're about to end this story, but of course, quick reminder. You like watching us here on Twitch, you can give us a follow and continue and get updated on when we go and stream games or when we do another episode of this. As I've said before in previous episodes, we're doing every other week. We're going to make a new episode. So not next week, but the following week, we'll have a brand new Grand Slam episode for you guys. And what movie will it be? You'll find out soon enough. Probably when we announce we're doing another episode. But of course, if you guys just want to catch up with us and you just want to be part of the community, you could join our Discord. Follow us in our social medias and the Grand Slam social medias that we have, on our Twitters. Follow us there or our Grand Slam Instagram. Go for that. Of course, if you were late to our showing here, you could always find it on the YouTubes, which will be uploaded later on during this week. And also will be on Spotify if you'd like to just go out and about with your headphones on or walking around or driving around. You could do that. You could follow us on our own social medias on Twitter. You could go do that. And any last words to Will and Robin before we head on out?
Well, I just want to say, be kind to people and tip.
Yes.
Tip your servers. Tip people. It's important.
Yes.
Yeah, and also yes, Stefan, we gotta post memes on the Discord on our meme page on our Discord. If you want to join us.
Yeah.
Other than that, thank you guys for watching. Thank you all for watching. We love you. You guys have a wonderful night, evening, afternoon, day, whatever time zone it is in your place, and. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
You probably can't you guys can't hear Robin here because I didn't add the output capture. Sorry guys. Now it is. Now they can hear you. Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.